Ladies and gentlemen, welcome your faces to AEW Dynamite, a live stream that will be happening each and every week here on the Essential Wrestling News channel. And oh my goodness, what a time to be a part of AEW as we are on the road to all in London on August 30th. And you have picked the correct time to be a part of AEW because tonight Granflam Mexico comes to us from Mexico. So, I will quickly put up the card for you. Just give me a minute. So, hold on a minute. That shouldn't be like that. There we go. So, as you can see, that is tonight's card. So, hold on a minute. So that is tonight's card for Granflam Australia. Granflam Mexico. Sorry. I tell you. So, what matches are you most looking forward to tonight on AEW Dynamite? So, you know the routine, ladies and gentlemen. We are gonna watch AEW together for the next 4 weeks, right here on Essential Wrestling News, and I want you guys to be a part of everything. So, let me just bring up the match card again for you guys. There is the match card for Granflam Mexico. Oh my goodness. We are just over a month out from All in London at Wembley Stadium. So, with the match card up, who are you most looking forward to seeing tonight? Let me know in the chat, obviously. But ladies and gentlemen, share this live stream and tell people that Essential Wrestling News is live for AEW Grand Slam. We are 12 minutes away from AEW Grand Slam. So, here is the plan. For the next 4 weeks, going into All in London, I will be live every Wednesday night right here on the Essential Wrestling News YouTube channel. So, let's make this a night to remember. Welcome in I am just going to take 2 minutes and then I'll be right back. So guys, if you were not aware, Essential Wrestling News will be going live for all in London on August 30th. So you are more than welcome to come along and show us your support. But guys, you know what to do. Leave us a like, leave us a subscribe, and ding on that notification bell. So guys, just for them joining us, I'm going to be live every Wednesday night right here on the Essential Wrestling News YouTube channel. So, for them just tuning in, let me just pull up the match card. What matches are you most looking forward to seeing? Let me know in the chat. We are 8 minutes away from Granflam, Mexico. But guys, why I have your attention, I just quickly want to thank everybody for those that tuned in to the live stream over the weekend for WWE SummerSlam. Remember, I appreciate you guys to the moon and back. So, I'm going to shut up waffling and I will see you in just a couple of minutes. Welcome back. Alright. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. So we are just under 4 weeks away from All in London, and boy, I cannot wait to see Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay. Oh my goodness. Those two men are going to lock horns at Wembley Stadium for the AEW World Championship. Now, guys, as part of this build to All In, I want to know your guys' predictions for All in London. Guys, we're just under 3 minutes away from Granflam, Mexico, going live on my AEW. So guys, grab your snacks, let me know you are here in the chat, and let's get ready for a very, very interesting night of All Elite Wrestling. Mm-hmm. We're just under a minute and 30 seconds away from AEW going live. So guys, let me know in the comments or in the chat who you want to see walk out of All in London as, as World Heavyweight Champ. Is it Kenny Omega or Will Ospreay? Sorry guys, my AEW won't load up. Just give me a minute. And then I'm going to hand the audio over to the TV. That's how I'm going to do it. Nope, still won't. Come on. Aha! There we go. Right guys, the show is about to start. Woohoo! Very quickly, just let me bring up the matches for you again tonight. So they are the matches set for Granflam Mexico. So guys, of course, you know what you need to do. Let me know in the chat who you are most looking forward to seeing. So guys, remember next week I will be live again. Sorry guys, just 1 minute. Okay, we are live. Okay. Almost one. Hmm? Hopefully you can hear me. Hopefully. Sorry, that meant crowd of loud.
Jackson coming. Here comes Father James. It's also one of the AEW World Tag Team Champions. So you can see that the gravity of this moment was very special for the radar superstar and whatever true bucket list item for him to compete in the event. So Christian Cage, that's a deep bottom. I think it's a fight for all of us. This brand is absolutely amazing. I've been this before. If you ever been in a radio where you hear yourself talk, well, here it is tonight. This is absolutely amazing how they have taken to AEW here. And I really mentioned Capacity Ground joining us tonight for the next 2.5 hours of All Elite Wrestling. And there are very few venues in the world with the prestige and the atmosphere of Arena Mexico. We're only getting started. Super Kick 1. Super California. And Matt Jackson. If there is another venue that matches the atmosphere, I would have to think Wembley Stadium for the Young Bucks World Challenge, Granflam Cage, for the World Tag Team titles. The question remains, can they stay on the same page tonight? Or will the conflict get ahead of them? In 25 days' time. These 4 minute adversaries, but tonight, they will be competing on the same side of Wembley Stadium. Less than 1 month away, Tony. Not the run of the AEW World Tag Team Championship be on the line in Wembley the 30th of August. But tonight, these two teams have to function as a unit. Well, let's see how Christian Cage does with all this, because he's kind of been a cold shoulder to the Young Bucks and all of that, which is understandable.
Here comes the Death Rider.
To the current AEW Combat Champions, John Moxley, but for how long? Last week on Collision, Tony Duncan has made the announcement. The first ever Continental Cup will be kicking off this Saturday on Collision. It will be a 16-man one-drop tournament, and it will all culminate at Wembley Stadium the 30th of August. And the fan who wins that match will not only claim the Continental Cup, but will also become Continental Champion. And those starts this Saturday, and we already heard the opening brackets. John Moxley will be facing off against Jack Perry next week in Las Vegas. Nigel, it's a very crowded field. It's an absolutely loaded field. But who do you think is the favorite to win the Continental Cup? It's hard to bet against the current champion, John Moxley has shown through the Continental Classic in the past with no outside interference. There's always by hook or well, if you guys noticed, Pop was out with his soccer jersey on, showing off the fans here in Mexico, the Three Lions, harkening back to, of course, the World Cup. But here we go. What an atmosphere. And the greatest athletes in the world are right here tonight.
Christian Cage, the bastard pack, starting things off with a respective size pack, gains control of that injured wrist of Christian Cage, one half of the AEW World Tag Team Champions.
Well, Christian Cage going to this old bag of tricks. With the officials back turn, stretching their arms. Oh!
Need to the lower back, the kidney perhaps Christian Cage.
And there we go.
We got Johnny working our hands, gentlemen.
Not surprising at all that we would start up this because another thing that's going on here because of the crowd and the sound and the excitement, it's there to wrestlers up.
Teamwork there by the Young Bucks, Christian Cage, Hope, waiting, and Christian combination offense with the tag team champions. Matt Nick Jackson, the leading sponsor of the Death Riders on the outside. Matt Jackson for the yeah. Nick Jackson, lucky upright. And a double sledge for John Moxley.
Wait a second. Well, he cost the win.
Well, fans, our opening contest continues live tonight on AEW's Grand Slam Mexico. Don't go anywhere.
Christian Cage, father of the year, leading by example. And he looks some angry and comfortable in the corner. More than wanting to watch his best friend do the hard work.
You said father of the year. You said that last year, so this is 2 years running.
2 years in a row, actually 3 years, believe it or not, Tony.
Not. Right now, Nick Jackson concentrating on the arm of the bastard pack.
A minute, Tony, you're just jealous. You never won father of the year.
Well, you're right.
Nick Jackson.
What a history between the Young Bucks and the Death Riders. Of course, most recently at Redemption, the Bucks defeated Moxley and then member of the Death Riders, Will Ospreay. A lot has changed since then.
Will Ospreay has tendered his resignation to the Death Riders, and John Moxley didn't seem to think it was that easy to leave his group behind.
Well, you know, still a sore point with John Moxley about all of that. But when I go back to this, I really think John Moxley was instrumental in Will Ospreay's neck being stronger than ever and getting him prepared for Kenny Omega.
What are you talking about?
Yes, I do.
John Moxley is responsible for Will Ospreay having that surgery in the first place.
Well, then he backed up and helped him recover.
He dropped latest hook from the maid.
That explains what a psychopath John Moxley is, let's be honest.
I swallowed that by Will Yuta. And then Nick Jackson will make it over to the friendly corner.
A vociferous reaction from Wheeler Yuta. Every town he performs in, he is despised and hated by the AEW faithful for what he did. His career will always be linked to the end of the career for Bryan Danielson. But everyone seems to forget who put Wheeler Yuta up to it.
Was John Moxley that basically put the plastic bag in the hand of Will Yuta and let Yuta make his own decision.
Yuta elected to go with the head of the snake, John Moxley, who has grown Wheeler Yuta.
Oh, man.
Driving the knuckle and buying as well.
driving the knuckle into the temple is what that was.
And look at Moxley pleading innocence while Nick Jackson stumbles in the Death Rider's corner. Oof. Welcome back to AEW Granflam, Mexico. We are sold out tonight in the Cathedral of Lucha Libre in Arena, Mexico. We're kicking things off with a huge 8-person tag team match, and the Death Riders, their teamwork, their consistency tonight has been the story of this match.
Outstandingly, many people on the same page, led by John Moxley. They're the so-called dark horses and the perfect soldier in black. This could be over soon.
German suplex. Nick Jackson will be taking the brunt of the punishment for his last few moments. Dragon Slayer inside the ring. And no relief for Nick Jackson. His partners, his brother Matt, the Radar Superstar, and Coleman and Cage all around the floor.
Yeah, Matt barely got through that time, Nigel. Crawling. Matt tried to stop him, but could not. Let's remember who mentioned that tag match between Moxley and Ospreay and the Young Bucks. It was Nick Jackson who seemingly suffered some kind of head or neck issue early in the match that brought the contention between Ospreay and Moxley. I wonder if he's 100%. Isn't he? Looks like he right now.
Nick Jackson moving with ease, moving with grace as he always tends to do. Was looking for the relief of the Death Riders tournament. I think they're momentarily confused, Tony.
I think you're right about maybe a little bit of
Here comes the Radar Superstar, and Copeland down goes John Moxley, the Continental Champion. And Copeland now right hands for Moxley, right hand for the Master back. And uphill battle for Copeland, but he's supporting himself well. And it's 2-for-1.
Colt looks tremendous. Great shape. Turn around.
The cutter. And the commentator's first.
One of the reasons John Moxley heavily favored in the Continental Cup. At any point, at any moment, they can turn things back around in struggle. What's he looking for now? Perhaps.
Moxley lining it up, Copeland. If he's taking a spear, but no, Copeland's ready for it. And that's across the back.
Jack Perry going to be salivating now. Look at his chops. Absolutely. This is a problem. Next week in Vegas.
1 week from tonight, Dynamite in Vegas, Moxley. Jack Perry opening round action in the Continental Cup tournament. And Moxley doesn't know if he's coming or going. He's getting bounced around by both the AEW World Tag Team Champions and the Team Metal Challenge for those titles. And Wembley. Shot Moxley. And now Christian Cage.
Oh, he's going to go up top.
Christian Cage up to the top. Looking next. Match it to drop the elbow. John Moxley in some deep water here. That's why they're trying to come to the aid of their leader, but Moxley just outnumbered 4-1.
There we go. 4 against 1. Oh, she's looking the other way.
Let's go. Out.
And a super kick body on the Continental Champion. Oh, back. Pac and Garcia there in time to save this match for the Death Riders.
And I think you bring up a good point. John Moxley taking a lot of punishment. Oh, he's got that next coming up in Las Vegas. That's the thing with Moxley, one of the toughest, most resilient wrestlers in professional wrestling today. 1 second.
Moxley playing right Death Rider on the stand. Oh.
Oh. They're going for it.
Here we go.
What was it? Marina's affair.
Oh, young twin from that.
Rifle here for Christian Cage. Trying to bomb Marina's affair.
Oh my. Wow.
I believe that's called some sort of bump, but I'm not sure. Quite a nomenclature.
Recently cage. Not above. Kicking anyone low. You get much lower than that. Boy, you're right.
Oh, bullshit. Come knee though from Wheeler. Yuta takes down Copeland while swing. Christian Cage. Thinking kill switch. Yuta trying to fight it off, but instead Garcia. And nice teamwork. But the Young Bucks hits on the super kicks. 15% there for Matt and Nick Jackson. Yuta, the hammer throw sends Matt into the corner, elevates up and over. Nick waiting for him with the super kick and a second slice. Brad knee strike. Garcia on the feint, ate the DDT, and the Young Bucks stand tall.
The fans are digging every bit of it. Uh-oh. Oh, in the grasp of Pac.
He's just back, but oh, drives back down Moxley.
What can I say?
Yeah. Wall up to Moxley breaks free. Moxley loads up that lariat. Coke talks up there and Nate.
Distraction. Nice in the grass. You can hold on to the ring.
What a long and smash working on her way here.
We will never know.
Oh. Right hand drops Yuta. Meanwhile, inside the ring, Pac. The hammer throw on Copeland. Copeland tucks under Pac. Oh, ran into Matt Jackson. Oh, hold him here by Moxley. He's got a handful of drops.
Wow.
The inadvertent contact between Matt Jackson and Adam Copeland opened the door for Jon Moxley to steal this match with the Death Riders.
Another case in point why Moxley is so good. At any moment, he can snatch the victory from you in a heartbeat. And Jack Perry was going to have to be well aware, come Vegas. The house lights are on Jon Moxley.
One way for tonight. Returns to the Palms. In Las Vegas, Nevada, and Jon Moxley, Jack Perry will see their first action in this tournament. They'll see their first ever singles meeting 1 week from tonight. But Tony, it seemed like the World Tag Team Champions Cage and Code working well for the Young Bucks until the close moments of that match.
Yeah, the things really got a little confusing for them. But Nigel, back to your point, remember the Continental Cup, everyone's part from ringside. So we know we're either holding on to a referee.
Apparently, a lot of implications for all in London tonight at Granflam, Mexico, including the decision of who will come out as the #1 entrant in the men's casino gauntlet match. The winner, of course, earns a shot at the AEW World Championship. Tommaso Ciampa, Andrade El Idolo, and the high-flying Commander will face for that crucial #1 spot next. And tonight on main event on Mexico City Street Fight, Will Ospreay will face Godzilla. Mark Davis, the man just over a month ago, a few months ago, won via Dr. Savage on Will Ospreay. Of course, Ospreay will challenge Kenny Omega for the AEW World Championship at All in London at Wembley Stadium coming up on the 30th of August. And right now, let's take a look at that very important matchup. Something that I wanted to say just to you, Will. Do you remember when we made that promise together? The one to try our best, the one to become champions? I'm never giving up on that dream, though. Twice. Gave me new life. Gave me an opportunity. Now I didn't look at the guy on my neck. I look at him as a full-time world champion. That could have took me to where I've always wanted to be. For all the giants. And you have the energy to fight back. There you are, getting 9 belts for rich plastic bag at your feet. And the reason why it has taken so long
As you are about to witness yourself. I saw it's different. But they're trying to take the chance. And you should.
Guys, I will be right back.
And the casino gone actually all England. It's news first from Boston, Massachusetts, way to 118 pounds. This night go killer. Muscle. Ever.
Heading into this match, you have to wonder, what is the mind state of this man 10 days removed from the Kingmaker and redemption? And let's pitch it to the side of the stage for Renee Paquette for some insight.
Tonight is all about Granflam, Mexico, but looming over everyone's shoulder just 25 days away, all in London regarding that casino gauntlet match. Champ told me all eyes are on Ospreay and Omega, but I'm 2 steps ahead of everybody. Whoever of these one conceding him as a world champion, it's going to be short-lived celebration. Trust.
Sitting around, looking resplendent, and certainly giving us all the details. Ciampa lying like the world leads momentarily to the world champion.
Gloriosa, right 6 kilos.
Tremendous reception for Commander. A man who, when he began his professional wrestling career, never thought it would be possible that he would be competing in Arena, Mexico. He came up outside of the CMLL system, and it was not, at the time, very welcoming to people that came up outside the system, Tony, but through a lot of hard work, perseverance, Commander made a name for himself in Mexico, made himself undeniable, not only to CMLL, but to AEW as well.
And you know what? It's because of the perseverance, because of the ability in the ring, of what this young man can do, that he has been able to persevere, been able to survive, and make a name for himself. And look at the reception that he's getting here in Mexico City. Look at that butterflies right now, guys. No question about it. One of the most exciting, exciting stars the Evolution anyway. It's Tommaso Ciampa does not look too impressed.
National champion for the number one entrant in the Mexican World Match all in London. The winners of that match will have the AEW World Championship right now. Let's check in with our Spanish announcing to the guys. Se viene con todo esta noche, casi ni siquiera podemos escuchar esa palabra. Look at that. How are you? Hello. And of course, the voice of the world. This man, Andrade Alilo, has to be looked at as the favorite in this match and the favorite to clinch that number one spot, Nigel. Of course, the Casino Gauntlet match is a match that can end at any time. Not all the participants need to have entered, so those early spots are crucial.
Certainly, whoever leaves Arena Mexico with the number one spot in their back pocket will have a huge advantage.
And so we saw Andrade Alilo kiss that Dynamite diamond ring that the last time we saw it, well, it was on MJF's hands. Will Ospreay disarmed it, and somehow it came to Andrade Alilo from Will Ospreay.
And Andrade has been taunting MJF about that ever since. Boy, they love Andrade here. Understanding themselves. Is he not the coolest guy on the roster? CM certainly.
Andrade Alilo set a large part. The early stages of his career. Competing under a mask as La Sombra. He's competed in this arena more than 500 times in his career, experienced the highest of highs when he defeated long-time rival Loro Jr. to win the CMLL World Historic Welterweight Championship and the lowest of lows. When he waged his match against Atlantis and lost.
Well, he lost, but everybody else won. One who was handsome as Andrade Alilo should not be wearing a mask. Thompson running on the other hand, he's got one over time. Well, you know what? You're not the only one to say that, but Henry and Drake should not run this. And watch out.
Ciampa, number one. 11 seconds to take out Commander when Andrade pulled down. Commander the first.
Good night.
Off the top rope. Blocking the...
It moves like that. That have been given him defense around the world, and especially in Mexico.
Take another look at the depth of the ring. The high-flying Commander. Just 24 hours ago, he's competing here in the CMLL event, and now with an opportunity to earn the number one spot in the men's casino tournament match all in London, just 25 days away.
And I think based on experience, he has to be the underdog in this match, but... Well,
trying to get the tornado over the top. And now, I mentioned that World Historic Welterweight Championship that Andrade won. He's definitely moved up a weight class. Actually, a few weight classes, but he's kept on setting his feet.
It is a world class honey.
Andrade, take a moment here at the right side and fans. This is really the match for the number one spot in the casino goal. I continue to go anyway.
Oh, well, he paid for it. Good move by Tommaso that time.
Andrade hard over the barricade and taking a tumble. Now, Tommaso Ciampa. He's deleting Andrade's number.
I don't know. He's going to take a picture or something. Whoa. Wait a second.
That's brutal. We apologize for that.
But Tommaso,
I'm surprised we see that picture on social media later tonight.
right hand catches Commander. And now Commander into the barricade and over he goes as well.
And red in the competition, Tommaso Ciampa looks poised.
You guys have noticed. But that is a very, very solid barricade.
Vociferous negative reaction for Ciampa. On 2 occasions has taken out his opponents, and now Andrade stretching out and Andrade's incredible physique.
Earlier today, you and I were speculating about how Tommaso Ciampa would come back from his match with Jericho at Redemption, that little bloody battle with the Painmaker. And thus far, Ciampa seems to be composed, in control.
It's been such a long, dark journey for Tommaso Ciampa. He's endured so much punishment. But as crazy as this sounds, somebody trying to drill a hole through his head. So it's another day in the office for Tommaso Ciampa.
Don't earn the nickname, the moniker, Psycho Killer by accident tonight.
Well, yeah, he was the one that introduced that drill to that match, so he paid for it, no doubt. And look at this, he's just having fun here.
Swift knee to the midsection, cutting off the momentum or the attempted recapture of momentum by Commander. A hammer for reverse. Step by Commander, rolling the center of gravity to take a large man to the cross. The elbow strike and now Commander. The knee. Starting on the move, Ciampa. He's checking siblings and trying to do his feet. Well, a grand slam Mexico winner in the midst of a 3-way match to determine the number one entrant in the men's casino tournament match coming up at All in London, just 25 days away. And just before we came back from break, we saw some scintillating action. Tommaso Ciampa, a massive knee strike, anti-air on Commander.
It was high risk, no reward, unless you're Tommaso Ciampa, who for a moment took control, but Andrade Ego is now back, perhaps in the driver's seat. Yeah, Tommaso Ciampa has proved it time and time again. He is truly one of the toughest men ever to step in an AEW ring.
Andrade, Ciampa take one, another down. Ciampa rolls to the outside. Andrade to his feet.
What poise? Oh, wait a second. What's his story? An inside pass out. Well, and then couple of fellas too. Yeah. See they go convulsions right now. Somebody get a phone.
Andrade next walks his mask and then goes to walks his mask as well.
Somebody loses his trunks as well.
Trying to pop Commander, charging again. It's over. 2. And now. Andrade looking to complete the 3. Amigos does so. The legend of Eddie Guerrero, alive and well, as now Andrade to the top. But Alexa is also Ciampa.
Very quickly. Oh, looking to carve a field in half. Oh, that knee, man.
Matt attempted to charge back, right back into the fray, but Ciampa was ready for him.
How brave is Tommaso Ciampa to wear an American flag? Wait a second.
Okay, forced there by Ciampa, Tony.
Yeah, it's. Well, yeah, I don't know if he's letting his anger get the best of him. Oh, Project Ciampa to the fence. Well, you know what? He's covering the fence.
Oh, that minute came in before 50. Ciampa's 5 and now. With the provider Ciampa like a man. Yes, he was. Ciampa blows over, looks in there, and Commander escapes.
Let's not forget, the winner of the Casino Gauntlet will let the winner challenge for the world title whenever he wants within a 1-week notice. So much is on the line. That's why I'm surprised Tommaso took that route. But it was 2 years ago, the last time I went to Stadium, and Christian Cage turned that title opportunity and took his sweet time to capitalize. Right now, Andrade Ego not taking his time. He wants to get this match over as soon as possible.
Andrade, not content with just being the AEW National Champion, he wants the richest prize in the sport. He wants the winner of Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay at Wembley Stadium. He wants to become the AEW World Champion as well. Oh, Commander! Beautiful escalator by Commander, the reverse walking around, and then Commander up to the top. Ciampa, though.
Oh, into the mouth of the lion.
Oh, that's it. Ciampa covers. 2. Now, Commander shows his drive, shows his quality.
I don't know how the kid got over that, and neither does Ciampa. Let me see the winner. We'll go on.
The match can end at any time, Tony. That's why the number 1 spot is so important. Oh, drive it into the corner.
Using the cover of the official cover.
Like hook cover, Commander intercepts.
The decision hangs in the balance.
After reverse Commander. Avoids, but does not avoid the curve. Damn, Marcus, not Andrade, his intended target, but still, what that Ciampa? Tornado, let's take Commander. He's fighting no, Andrade there.
Oh,
spectacular, guys. Spectacular.
A tremendous sequence by Commander, very nearly captured the #1 spot, but the timing of that man, Andrade Lilo, means he will be the first to the ring in Wembley Stadium just 25 days from now. And speaking of the ring, Nigel, a Dynamite Diamond ring that used to belong to MJF.
Now what company? Andrade across the ocean. Let's take a look. I feel beauty here from Commander. Right from the opportunity presented start. Andrade, sniff down there. It's those DMs. Wembley Stadium. Welcome your wives and daughters. Andrade is on his way. Great veteran move.
Andrade, taking a moment to soak in this return to ring.
Estoy muy orgulloso de regresar a casa. I am the proud holder of the National Championship. Pero quiero más. I want more. I am going to win the Hunter match at All In. Seré el primer hispano en ser campeón mundial de AEW. Pero no lo haré solo por mí, lo haré por todos ustedes, por los latinos y por México.
Wants to win AEW World Championship, not just for himself, but for everyone here, but for all of Mexico.
Do you think I cannot win the whole match? You think I cannot be AEW World Champion? Les tengo una pregunta. I have one question. How do you know?
Oh, no.
The ball three, one, can't totally chill on the fingers. Wait a second. Where did he come from? MJF on the ground, attacking Andrade Lilo from behind. And that's I think he's jumping back ahead, he's back at the Dynamite Diamond from Andrade.
Position is not sensible. Oh, bloody. First time we've seen MJF to speak right. First time.
And the right hand with the Dynamite ring. Wobbles Andrade Lilo. MJF was the former AEW World Champion, was in Detroit last month, where he was defeated by Kenny Omega.
He just wiped out Andrade, just wiped him out. And he brought him his belt.
Yeah, that Triple B, as he likes to call it, I said former world champion for a reason, but Kenny Omega is the rightful world champion, or him before he blows. Unleashed on that Andrade.
Well, Andrade's got the #1 spot in the casino gauntlet, but one champion he's gonna have to rebound here.
Someone get that piece of trash from this piece of shit country this arena right now. How dare you? I'm an American hero.
No, he is not.
I'm the best professional wrestler in the world. And make no mistake about it, I am your champion. You don't believe me?
Okay, fine, let's talk about it. How about we talk about the fact that at Beach Break, I had that puta
Kenny Omega gets to rights.
the match won.
That means until that talentless hat
Will Ospreay got involved. It is thanks to Will Ospreay that paper champion Kenny Omega gets to waltz around with a toy belt. And head into a main event at Wembley. That was mine! It was my main event!
Max is throwing a tantrum.
But you know what? I don't care. I don't care. You know why? Because I always get what I want. Next week, we're in Vegas and I'm feeling lucky. There is a gauntlet qualifying match for the Casino Gauntlet match at All In for the number 2 spot. I'm going to enter that match. I'm going to win that match. I'm going to go to Wembley, where I'm going to dog walk that Pedro Andrade again. I will win the contract again and do exactly what I did the last time. Now, escuchar, because this part's real important.
Listening, guys.
The only championship that should be recognized is the Triple B, and the only champ that should be recognized is me. And after August 30th, at All In, with that fake main event, I don't give a damn if the winner's a Best Now Machine or an Aerial Assassin, because I'm going to remind the world, whether you like it or not, I am your one true champion.
in his mind only. But it would be a reality if MJF wins the qualifying match next week, enters at number 2, and then goes on to win the Casino Gauntlet match. That's all in London. Eventually, no. Johnny Little will be entering at number 1.
The Lusso young man, what is?
Well, now let's turn our attention to the AEW Women's World Championship match at All In London. Mercedes challenges Will Nightingale. Will Nightingale, your new AEW Women's World Champion.
You guys are all far too common. I came out here for business. So sign the damn contract. It is official at All In London, Wembley Stadium for that AEW Women's World Championship. It will be Willow Nightingale versus Mercedes Moné. I am not just going to take this title. I'm going to take that damn smile too.
The Women's World Tag Team Champions of the Mind Dominion, teaming up with Mercedes Moné. Brawling Bird will be teaming with Willow Nightingale. I'm going to find out whether Smile's real or not.
Well, coming up next, the champion Willow Nightingale teams the Brawling Birds and take on Mercedes Moné at Divine Dominion at Granflam, Mexico rolls on.
Our divine domain extends from the heavens to the underworld. Now rise and lift back to champions at the arena. And when you stand for us, we will bow down.
Welcome back, guys.
This is a Charlo's Civil War, which is the first play on the AEW Women's World Tag Team Champions. Megan Bay, Leah Cross, Dynamite, Dominion.
Megan Bay and Leah Cross have been unassailable as AEW Women's World Tag Team Champions, Nigel, and yet, somehow, with this understanding they have with Mercedes Moné, appear to be even more dangerous.
We didn't think it possible. The going to Mania has been nothing short of dominant holding up to the AEW with these tag team titles. And when they walked out, everybody got on their feet. Not sitting down now. Drop off 10, 66, 50. Oh, it's 10.
Mercedes Moné, with that ceremonial belt for her wins, back-to-back wins, in the Owen Hart Foundation Women's Tournament. And last week she put that belt to good use, letting Will Nightingale alone.
Well, it was the first one of what it's going to be. I do believe at Wembley Stadium, a bitter battle between two ladies. I think we both, all three of us know, know each other quite well.
Mercedes Moné telling Will Nightingale 1 week ago that she hates Willow because they seem to be intrinsically tied together as far as Mercedes' AEW career is concerned.
Here. So it's
You hear Alex Windsor. They called out AEW Women's World Tag Team Champion Divine Dominion. They said that their undefeated record speaks for itself now. Divine Dominion feel like Hater and Windsor have something yet left to prove.
well, they may get a chance to prove it here tonight with popular submission over the champions, and that goes for the champion as well.
Welcome back.
I think we're very strong Mercedes Moné and the reaction. Watching Willow walk out.
Tony, 1 week ago in Detroit, it was an unforgettable moment when Will Nightingale moved to tears by the response to her win at the AEW Women's World Championship was all spoiled by Mercedes Moné, who her jealousy just seemed to seethe out of every pore of her body.
Yeah, you could see it. You could literally see it. So I really think that Willow's got, and it's no cliche, her work cut out for her. And look at this. Willow wants to start, and she wants Mercedes to start with her.
Sack's doing the right thing.
Well, of course, they're familiar with all three members of the opposition because it was Willow and Harley Cameron that was the inaugural AEW Women's World Tag Team Champions. They were defeated by Divine Dominion a few months ago. Whoa. And before this match gets too far away, I want to remind you that those who return to our regular night and time this Saturday, 8, 7 Central, and you can join us in Colorado Springs, Colorado. Visit AEWTIX.com for standing floor at the bottom of your screen. And then 1 week from tonight, we return to Las Vegas, Nevada. And hey, just drops Windsor that shoulder tackle. And then our final stop before All in London, Baltimore, Maryland, on Wednesday, August 19th. Excuse me, not before All in London, but before we head across the pond. And then in March, just before the summer, comes the 2300. Ring and Philadelphia tickets for those events and all AEW events available right now at AEWTIX.com.
So Megan Bay loves to posture, loves. She's very arrogant. And you know, she has a right to be. But this lady right here, Alex Windsor, will not back down from her at all.
And Crow sends Bailey in. Windsor and Hager.
Show off their teamwork on others. Taking to go down. And Alvin goes down. In comes Will Nightingale. Brings up the senton. First.
Just a one count. It'll be a long night. If Nightingale's going to go over the pinfall, over the Megas.
Jawbreaker by Megan Bain. Grab a handful of hair. Will Nightingale prevent Willow. Making a tag. Either Hager or Windsor, and now Mercedes Monet picking her opening and attacking the AEW Women's World Tag Team Champion.
This her jaw is set. Boy, is she determined.
Incredible outfit on the CEO. Fits it like a glove.
Fits in quite well with Divine Dominion. And Mercedes, to complete her version of Three Amigos.
The second time tonight, it speaks to how respected Guerrero was. Oh, wait a second.
Bain tagging in, and now Hager. Look at that.
There's Three Amigos on each side.
Well, the other one in and out. Alex Windsor. The team with an advantage.
There we go.
Six to break it down.
What's gonna do? Start plugging it in here, Excalibur.
Watching all steel and every taking an advantage.
Both will be exchanged on all sides of the ring. Hager, who got a throw from Mercedes Monet. Lee Cross and Alex Windsor pair off, as have Megan Bain and Will Nightingale. Gold Rich. There you go. Alex Bain to the floor. And Will Nightingale, Alex Windsor. Looking to chase here. First time over the apron. But not for long. Cannonball sentons. Take down the AEW World Tag Team Champion. Meanwhile, Linder and Hager eject Mercedes Monet to the floor.
Boy, Mercedes putting a hard tumble that time. All the way through and landed up against the barricade.
Jamie Hager from the top. 3 for 1 from Jamie Hager. As this trios battle continues live from Arena Mexico. Don't go anywhere.
Some big ramifications when it comes to all Wembley Stadium. World champion. World Nightingale. She suffers it for 3 years and never speaks with her hands of her championship. That is going to stick in her full all the way to London.
Yeah, it's going to help Mercedes a great deal as well.
Cross take down Jamie Hager. And Nightingale. And the suplex by Mercedes Monet, former TBS champion.
The presence and the qualities of the divine dominion, everyone in the audience who was all very giant used to walk out, and everybody would stand up for spectacle.
Three chronological, they certainly are an eye-catching pair for more reasons than one. Megan Bain, that short midsection of the AEW Women's World Champion.
Now, one of the things is their confidence is just, it's overflowing, and you can just see it, almost feel it. And, you know, in the past, we talk so much about how quickly that Tommaso Ciampa became a champion when he entered AEW. Same thing can be said about Lita Cross. Didn't take her long at all. Whoa.
Certainly did not Lita Cross with it. Right. Remember, Mercedes Monet won the TBS Championship on her first official match, or in her first official match, in AEW defeating Will Nightingale. Right now, finds me Mercedes Monet effectively cut the ring in half and taking advantage of Will Nightingale.
Well done for her smile, certainly not smiling now. Now for God.
Her knees in the corner. Mercedes pulls Will all out, but
Well, the official distracted. Oh, come on, what did you say before? The sounds like what the bigger Nightingale there, or not for the rolling boys.
Probably right. But on it goes.
now Mercedes will open swift move to the midsection.
Pointing the elbow into the chest, driving all the wind out of Nightingale, who looks forlorn there, held up by the top rope. All the following bird can do is watch on.
Oh, Will Nightingale, no escape for her German suplex. Lita Cross makes the cover. Once again, the referee on position 2. Willow able to kick out.
Right, 23, I think.
Referee really getting in here from the crowd and from leaning across as well. You're right. Again, Nigel. That would have been it.
Afternoon, Tony.
Welcome back to AEW Granflam, Mexico. We are sold out in the Cathedral of Lucha Libre Arena, Mexico. I'm Excalibur, joined by none other than Tony Schiavone, and we are in the midst of a high-stakes trios match. Willow Nightingale, the AEW Women's World Champion, just floored her challenger in London, Mercedes Moné.
Let's be honest, Willow has been beaten up the entire commercial break we've been away. I mean, she has suffered a lot of offense against her.
As Nightingale looks in the corner. Two breaks for the chance to accuse one. And the other.
From Jimmy Hager to Francis Lena Cross, Megan Bain, one half of the Women's World Tag Team Champion, sets to the floor for all the first. Encountering Lena Cross. First. A pair of headbutts, Lena Cross dropped to the mat.
Yeah, we just stunned. The moment may be right here to the work. Well, maybe not.
Lena Cross, tough. Hard to believe that there's someone that can overpower Jimmy Hager, but Lena Cross did so at least for a moment. Drop kick from the middle rope, and in comes Alex Windsor.
Windsor, the legal competitor, running leg attack, and then perhaps a cover.
Combination Russian leg sweep, but Megan Bain there pushing Hager into the pile, bringing up any predicament.
And kind of tripped over the referee. I thought the referee was going to be in the way, would not be able to make the save, but no.
Mr. Boyington's opportunity to really make a statement against the champions.
Let's see the face of Hager that time. Well, she is slugging it. All 4 women are slugging it out.
From the long burst trying to challenge the Divine Dominion didn't want the AEW Tag Team Championship. Divine Dominion have said that the Birds have yet to prove themselves, but Hager and Windsor making a very good accounting of themselves right now. Hager and Windsor on the move. Divine Dominion ducks under German suplexes.
Divine Dominion is so tall, a German suplex.
Just decked Bain and Windsor. Wiped out Lena Cross.
Sheer reflex on the part of the Brawling Birds there. Absorbing those stereo German suplexes to come back.
Look at this.
High impact.
You're not kidding.
Now Mercedes Moné tags in, but as does Willow Nightingale.
There you go.
And
Willow getting the best here, I think.
Well, series of blows. Mercedes ducked underneath. Rising knee strike. Kicks out.
The champion in control here.
And she looks a lot better than she did about 4 minutes ago. She's got a little bit of fight on the outside.
Look how quickly the CEO turns his back on the aura this time to the middle rope.
Boy, Mercedes can do it all, can't she?
Backslide. Mercedes kicks. Willow goes way on that butt.
Goes right to the chin, I do believe.
Oh, heck of a lariat.
Hey, it's hard, but so does Megan Bain.
Hey, we got a big falcon and an arrow.
We are seeing 6 talented ladies here, gentlemen. Just throwing
Death Valley driver from the AEW Women's World Champion, Willow Nightingale.
throwing offense right and left at each other, and every time the other lady comes back.
Now, Willow turns her attention to the woman that will challenge her in 25 days' time at All in London, Mercedes Moné.
Moné gets up because she's got something in mind instead.
Willow knocked back into the ring. Mercedes from the top, maybe no. Willow, watch her. No, block that one.
Nice.
A little bit able to try to cover right there, but she hit her for low.
Willow looking for the powerbomb, but instead Divine Dominion intervene.
A divine intervention, if you will.
Suplexes. AEW Women's World Tag Team Champions.
Jimmy Hager's lower back is bothering her.
Legs Willow swept it. Willow reverses up to their feet. Big with the power. No. Mercedes escapes. Mercedes with the moneymaker perhaps, but instead, Willow changes the grip, the backside, the high step down. Taking one back to the closing moments of the year 2025. That was where Mercedes was defeated by Willow and again in Mexico City. 137 points. The Rolling Birds and AEW World Champion. One night that's going to get promoted. The Nightmare putting together a lot of determination I've never seen. Wait a second, look at the screen. It is official from London, the Rolling Birds will be challenging the Divine Unity for the AEW Women's World Tag Team Championship. Remember, this is the first time that Divine Unity and the World Tag Team Champions have been on the losing side in a match, and that is going to certainly stay there. This is the tag team match we've been waiting for in the women's division, and you're going to see it. Jamie Hager, Alex Windsor, and Will Mandiel tonight putting a perfect blemish on the undefeated record of Divine Dominion, and in doing so, have earned a shot at the AEW Women's World Tag Team Championship just 25 days from now. At All in London, of course, Will Mandiel will have to contend with a revenge-minded Mercedes-Benz at Wembley Stadium.
Well, now it's going to be 25 days away, and there's so much more to talk about when it comes into Wembley.
That's right, you still have a chance to join us at Wembley Stadium. Scan the QR code at the bottom of your screen or visit AEWTIX.com. Great seats still available. We would love to have you join us in the Cathedral of Football, from the Cathedral of Libre to the Cathedral of Football, just 25 days away.
This basketball call is for the International Championship. Introducing the champion from Montreal, Quebec, 177 pounds. Oh,
Mike Mandy, 10 days ago, won the ladder match at Redemption, much to the delight of the hometown crowd in Montreal. And he earned the right to challenge the AEW International Championship. Mike Bailey, paying homage to his former AEW World Heavyweight Champion partner Mystico with the blue mask here tonight. Stevie Ball has an opportunity to make an unceremonious end to the reign of Kyle Fletcher's international champion.
And I think that Steve Ball's going to have to wrestle his best match ever in AEW. To be able to do that. Ever.
by John Cox, Pacific State, weighing 249 pounds. He is the AEW International Champion, the Bruno Star, Kyle.
So it's interesting you say that because these men have clashed in the past before and they split the series. So this one really could go either way. But let's head to ringside and our colleague, Renee Paquette, for this update.
Earlier today, I was talking about Fletcher about this match, both men tied at one apiece. He brought it back to how he wants to further test himself. He talked about the injury he sustained earlier this year, but tonight he really wants to test this version of himself against one of his greatest rivals in Speedball, Mike Bailey.
The first meeting came amid the 2025 Continental Classic. It was Speedball Mike Bailey that earned the win and the 3 points that night. Then earlier this year, during Kyle Fletcher's reign as TNT champion, Speedball challenged the TNT championship. Fletcher victorious that night, of course. Fletcher was forced to vacate the TNT championship due to the injury that Renee Paquette mentioned. And so, it'll be a real test for both men, but particularly seemingly for Fletcher, Nigel, to see what condition he's in now that he's returned to the back at full fitness.
Both men have their obstacles to face. Mentioned the injury of Kyle Fletcher after relinquishing the TNT title. Did not take him long to win the national title from Sport of Frank to Chester. But with people might be wearing the mask still, he's going to have to try to compete with visceral power and youth. Kyle Fletcher.
Fletcher. And Speedball Mike Bailey. Both men coming to the ring with the masks, celebrating the history mile, okay? History and the culture of Lucha Libre. CMLL, they've been wonderful hosts to us here at Arena Mexico. The oldest professional wrestling promotion in the world. This arena is for nearly a century featured Lucha Libre. And we're thankful to be a part of it here tonight as Fletcher fights Bailey with the Thunder Mouse.
Last year we became the first American pro wrestling organization to hold an event in this, did I say the word, hallowed grounds? I don't think there's any question about that.
Cover attempted by Fletcher, sweep by Bailey. Bailey attempting to cover. Ken Fletcher, no. Speedball, oh, nice transition to head scissors by Speedball. Wow, look at that.
And second.
Over. So, Fletcher sleep the leg, Bailey, ready for it.
Quick pace here tonight to get things.
9% I was just about to say the same thing because the altitude we're in Mexico City. Well, I wonder whether that's going to play a factor as this progresses.
Fletcher competed last night in CMLL's event against Moscow with the Los Angeles. He's competed extensively here in Mexico City and in Mexico as well.
If you go up in Mexico City, I can tell you, it certainly has an effect. Even just walking upstairs here, I found myself gasping for air.
7,000 plus feet above sea level here in Mexico City. That's all Speedball Mitch jumps to that. Fletcher, boys to make it pay. Fletcher.
Ashley, head first into the
unforgiving barricade.
Once again, that barricade is so solid.
I mean, it doesn't give. We've seen it 3 or 4 times tonight.
And typically, Nigel barricades at ringside and living events are mobile. This is an installation at Arena Mexico.
Very little giving me a bit of Speedball telling the tale there. You see a very concerned look on a couple of fans at ringside.
Tom Callis, thankfully for us, at ringside, not joining us at the announce desk.
Don Callis made it internationally, and I think we knew that before we arrived here.
Kyle Fletcher, though, with the advantage on Speedball.
Couldn't get it.
Bailey, backslide. This is how the world just ended in Mercedes night a few moments ago.
Right.
Speedball. Since Fletcher had long to try so from the challenger.
Hurts Speedball as well. Hey, it's really moving the fans love it. But it's not helping him at all here now.
I'm impressed by Speedball Mike Bailey's recovery after being long darted into that barricade.
Yeah, that's a great point.
And the guy is saying the exact same thing. We're seeing here. Now, Speedball Bailey's resilience has made him one of the top pros in the job today. And as he ascends to the top rope here, let's see what he can complete.
Fletcher attempting to disrupt Speedball's balance, but Speedball getting better at that exchange. Midsection ass kick lands between the shoulder blades. Speedball Mike Bailey running shooting star burst. Following his hook cover is made. But Fletcher remains international champion, at least for the moment.
Fourth down, black belt in Taekwondo, certainly paying dividends for Bailey again. For a second there, Fletcher had played up for the Lord up, but Bailey not more second attempt. Sure, man.
Fletcher flush. Fletcher starts trying to clear the cobwebs. Waits off referee Paul Turner. And now Speedball Mike Bailey with a chance here, Tony.
Took him right to him.
Yeah, they sure did. And right now, there's nowhere to be ball. Another damn.
Oh,
Mitch, you know, gonna try her. Bailey.
you see how, despite the vicious kick to the jaw, Fletcher hooked the leg to make sure Bailey kicked out.
Speedball Mike Bailey rolls the outside to compose himself as this AEW International Championship battle continues.
Fletcher checking on his teeth there. You see a little bit of clout. That kick, like I said, is a vicious, malicious smile, if you will, on the face of the Sunblade fashion plate broadcast.
Wait, hold on.
Sunday, I'll come up with, I'll give you that Sunday fashion plate. Yeah. You can use it if you want to.
That's when it comes to non-callous.
On the kick. Delivered by Kyle Fletcher, speedball.
Turned down on the outside.
Let's take a look at the shot that Kyle Fletcher absorbed from speedball.
I mentioned the taekwondo back was right to the pitch of the nose and Fletcher. Oh my God, everyone. Yes, right on the button.
But Fletcher, we become like speedballs with the ability. Fletcher, with a couple of minutes on the line, never gains the advantage in the match.
Bring a nose, knocks him too loose.
Oh, man.
None of the wrestlers are watching the back and they realize how much of a weapon
This barricade can be. We're going to see a lot of those shots, I do believe, through the course of the remainder of Grand Slam Mexico.
People are smart, certainly. You can see Fletcher taking his time here. We talked earlier about the altitude here in Mexico City. Fletcher perhaps breathing a little more heavily than he would do at this point.
Sure. Back suplex. Oh, speedball Mike Bailey's spine greeting the top of the barricade. And Fletcher really riling up this crowd here in Marina, Mexico. All we have a moment. Just want to send our best wishes out to Taz.
Nothing wrong with him,
He's just not here.
There's plenty wrong with him. Fletcher has this match well and truly in his command.
Bailey has no defense at all. Couldn't even cover up, couldn't even roll out of the way, and Fletcher was very deliberate with that job. This is Fletcher's match to lose, gentlemen.
There's no question now in the driver's seat.
Nothing on that job at all.
Fletcher really feels like he's got the beating of the former champion.
The AEW International Championship is on the line in Mexico City. Speedball Mike Bailey attempting to challenge Kyle Fletcher for the title. But Fletcher with a decided upper hand over the championship, Tony.
And who knows it? Not even giving chance on the outside. Don Callis walking around, cheering. Bailey trying to pull himself up for all it's worth.
Fletcher, the 14th AEW International Champion in the history of the title, defeated Takeshita last month. Right, but Speedball Mike just took a massive risk and it paid off.
Speedball once again hits the barricade on the rebound that time. The other lady trying to help him up here.
Fletcher to make the third defense of his International Championship. And we're up to becoming, as he said, the greatest international champion of all time. You have to remember, just wait a second. Fletcher reverses.
Shoulders right out there.
And half suplex attempted. Speedball is ready for it. Evades, ducked underneath. Now comes Zaltier. Oh, brings down Fletcher.
Speedball second win, no doubt.
Sweet ball. Looking for DDT instead. Gets Tony Hawk in there. Hands up in first. Just barely.
Oh, God, I thought it was that.
Just barely Fletcher kicks out.
Many fans at ringside thinking so as well.
This is Granflam. Speedball is moving.
Moves fast. Half suplex. Sweet ball driven down hard. And
Looking for the brainbuster.
Fletcher, the brainbuster, Sweet ball fired down with the knee strike to the top of the head. Flat of the boot into the face of Kyle Fletcher. You believe some blood leaking from his nose after that strong kick delivered by Sweet ball moments ago.
That's wide open. The reason why we're able to see the teeth. This is Granflam in Mexico City. This is Robbie. Both competitors of that fight selection.
Plus the fact that there is no smash to that can't help matters in an area as well.
The champion breathing hard.
And those are 7 steps in it, as we all know.
Well done with Seth Forward today. You're not envy. You go on like wait a second, Bailey. Lee Green.
And Burns today. Kyle Fletcher on. What's over there?
As we mentioned, those barricades. This is Rambley. These are running installations here. They're in Mexico. Completely unforgiving, yet still willing to take those risks in pursuit of the international championship.
I think Speedball may think the worst of that. I think maybe the midsection hit one of the stairs, one of the steps.
That's not thunder here. That is the stomping of this sold out crowd. The feet coming down. And we're in Mexico.
Oh, yeah, and really provide.
This is wrestling, says the crowd here in Mexico. Maybe know a thing or two. Nice sweet ball to the taco. Fletcher avoid.
Oh.
Everything that Kyle Fletcher had to get out of that. Everything he does.
Now, Page trying to make good on his drought to hurt the Don Callis family the way he feels they hurt him.
Don Callis trying to urge on. Kyle Fletcher trying to get the champion back up to his feet, but it's Bailey the challenger. First to his feet, thrust kick. Knocks Fletcher back into the corner.
Extension of the leg that time.
There goes kick.
This is incredible match. I thought for sure, I thought for sure that the hand was down to the 3. On the pass, so these 2 guys are leaving it all in the ring, gentlemen.
There's only one man that knew it wouldn't be a 3, and thankfully, that was people Mike Bailey. But look at Bailey's eyes, flowing around his skull like a couple of rolls.
There's something else we haven't brought up, and that is this ring, as you guys know, is a solid, firm ring. It makes those, yes, I know they do.
This one, as part of this permanent installation here in the ring of Mexico, a little different from the standing together ring. This is Paul Bailey holding the arm instead, dragging Fletcher to the floor. Fletcher to his feet. Bailey.
That's power, gentlemen.
Bailey sent hard into the unforgiving steel. And now Kyle Fletcher. Perhaps, no pun intended, sniffing the blood in the water. The boot.
Here it comes.
And the center of the ring. 1, 2, 3. And the crowd entering Mexico erupts. And what you can see now is a healing for blood.
Gasping, desperately trying to get oxygen down the lungs.
Right now, Kyle Fletcher, we've seen him in this match tonight at his best. We've also seen Speedball defeat Kyle Fletcher with his best. Can he do it now?
And Mexico coming unglued here. And is almost synonymous with Kyle Fletcher. That's what a better big match wrestler in the world today.
Fletcher. Return of the brainbuster Speedball. Kick. Pop Fletcher in the shoulder. A sitting blow is now a Speedball. Here he goes. Speedball.
He knows it's going to take more than that to put down. He's going to be the national championship. Ball to get to.
Here he comes.
We're going to get a VAR for that. Fletcher keep going down. Somehow, someway, just watch this. The impact is there. The team away. Watch his shoulders. That moves right. His right is the left shoulder.
Bailey undaunted. As Fletcher hold up again. A narrow escape for the champion once again. The kick intercepted. Fletcher sends Bailey. Face first. It's the typical pad. And now Fletcher.
Oh my God.
A divine string of kick to the face. And Fletcher.
He's going to the turnbuckle here.
Will he won the title?
Turn. Buckle. Brainbuster.
AEW International Champion. Bruce Dog. Title. Fletcher.
One has been an incredible night of wrestling. This is one of the most incredible matches, no doubt.
A phenomenal effort by both men, but Kyle Fletcher remains for AEW International Champion. 3 successful defenses for the Pro Star, and no signs of slowing down.
Has not lost a match here, 20, 26. You see the blood from the mouth still. It is amazing. And you gotta give my belly a credit that he did push him.
Fletcher takes the rubber match in the series with Speedball by Bailey and continues his reign as international champion, but will not be allowed to continue his celebration.
John Callis family member is up in action next. Waiting on Fletcher's parade. Unintended.
Forward fall. First weight from Aichi, Japan. Weight 236 pounds. Three. Close count. Oh, count.
Fellow Don Callis family member Kazuchika Okada, frequent tag team partner of Kyle Fletcher, a former international champion in his own right, and a man who seems to bristle at the fact that Fletcher claims he will become the greatest international champion ever. Don Callis, he's going to have to get a mortar and trowel. He's going to need to patch up these cracks in the Don Callis family quickly.
Yeah, the Okada is not getting along right now.
It's impossible in a stable with the depth of talent that Don Callis has. Everybody's going to get along.
Yeah, and ego's involved too. You're right.
Joining me first. World Heavyweight Champion, AJ Styles.
The mad scientist of Lucha Libre. One of the greatest technicians the country of Mexico has ever produced. And knowing how revered submission wrestling the Mexican Llave style is here, that's saying a lot.
The champion is home. Speaking of champions, from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing 280 pounds, hitting EPT and Team Shetland. Shit. Kevin. Like, oh God, has conflict with Fletcher. Kevin Knight, equally so. You know, I think Kevin Knight, I know Chet goes fast, but I really think that the speed of him becoming a beloved wrestler to one of the more hated ones in AEW is incredible. I believe it all turned for him. Deservedly so. I mean,
Throw your line in with Don Callis. Those, you reap what you sow, Tony.
yeah, and then when you, of course, attack Darby Allin, when you say what you've said on many promos, I mean,
And remember, it was Kevin Knight, Nigel, that claimed the TNT Championship after thinking to the intro.
stand back, everybody. And on trust from Mexico City, way see the trios see the world
So guys, we are 25 days away from All in London. Who is looking forward to All in London? I know I am, so I want to know in the chat, are you guys looking forward to All in London?
Sometimes you gotta just take a moment and realize you've got the coolest job in the world.
Yep. The easiest job when Mystico comes out. A true icon, an icon of the likes of which perhaps we'll never see again in Lucha Libre, and perhaps likened to the great El Santo and his implication in society here in Mexico.
And remember guys, we are going to be live every Wednesday night for AEW Dynamite. So keep a lookout for your notifications. And plus guys, we will also be live for All in London on the 30th of August as well.
Mexico. Then back at the BTS concert this past weekend.
To the sunny inside.
Way to 120 pounds. Corazón de Jericho.
Jericho. Popping in the Wayback Machine. To his early days of his career, spent time, significant time in his career here in Mexico. He's known as Lionheart, Corazon de Leon.
What about the game? Wait. Do this. So the gentleman with that crew through.
What an unbelievable
But the
night.
Mexico crowd is phenomenal.
Just as iconic.
Derby!
From Seattle, Washington, 107 And Scalper, don't you think, I mean, this is a silly comment, but when you walk out and you see the crowd and you hear the crowd response, it must just jolt you like never before as an athlete.
For TNT champion, for AEW World Champion, his first time setting foot competing in the Cathedral Lucha Libre Arena, Mexico.
Look at him look around.
And he has the full throated support of this sold out crowd. Okay. He just took out as he was skipping to the ring.
That was a hell of a a self-destruct one to look out for. Darby Allin should have listened to the TNT champion.
And now the bell has rung. This match has officially started, but it's already breaking down between these six men.
Hey, holy smokes! Straddled it!
Onto the barricade.
Channing Hechicero. Seeing now, world champion Hechicero.
Hechicero, of course, in league with the Don Callis family. And rising knee strike needs to go flush in the face.
One of the most solid and inventive pro wrestlers in the world today. Didn't you know he would go right after Mystica?
Meanwhile, Bozo De Leon and Chris Jericho and Okada pairing off. It's the first time Jericho and Okada have shared a ring since the debut of the Painmaker to the Tokyo Dome years ago. Okada, though, turned his back. And the former AEW World Champion and inaugural AEW World Champion Chris Jericho.
Jericho wearing a replica of the same gear he used to wear as Lionheart back in the day.
Underneath Okada, spring kick ready for Jericho.
A chance to talk to Jericho earlier. Got nostalgia of being back here in Arena, Mexico. I asked how it had changed. He said it's pretty much the same, just smells a little bit better nowadays.
Oh, stop it.
That's what he said.
Kevin Knight tags himself in Jericho.
Mad at me doing my job. Well, he didn't.
He's competed in these hallowed halls dozens of times with Mystico. He's competed here in Arena, Mexico, a mind-boggling more than 1,000 times just recently, breaking that high water mark.
They are jammed to the rafters to see him here today and everybody else here in AEW.
Jericho ready for Kevin Knight as the TNT champion. And there's shoulders.
And you see Hechicero eager to make a tag there to get involved. Hechicero, of course, involved in the Continental Cup. He will be in action a week Wednesday, excuse me, a week Saturday. Is it Wednesday yet?
Fellow Don Callis family member Brian Cage, the Machine.
Oh, look at this.
Hechicero. Again to the family side, he and Darby Allin. One another Darby. Drag takes down Hechicero. Hechicero quickly springs to his feet, overcommits, misses. Darby takes down the man scientist illusionally right.
That's the thing about Darby Allin. So deceptive. He's known for his daredevil ability. Here, taking it.
Kevin Knight in his search for the top rope, but instead, O'Connor covers as this transpires continues from Mexico City.
I want to see another look at that if I can. That's what you call anti-air. Darby Allin is reaching up to one of his cheeks.
Could very easily have been a fraction of the bone as we take another look at this.
Here it is, big risk, and it was a drop kick. A drop kick. O'Connor is known for.
Did you notice how Darby's head whiplashed back and forth too when he hit the ground? I think the drop kick caught him in the face and Darby's heels, and as a result, he got caught up in the ropes.
Double impact, and little punishment now.
That's what Cesaro. Standing on the knees of Darby Allin on top of Tia. Monero special. Double of Darby face first and a top turnbuckle pad.
Yeah, how much more can that face take, right? Cesaro is such an incredibly inventful wrestler. When he goes up against Brian Cage in the Continental Cup, I guarantee you Cage is going to be picked apart, body part by body part, and Don Callis not going to be too happy about that one. I suppose either way, remember the Don Callis family advances.
That's Cesaro picking apart Darby Allin piece by piece. Reaching the arm down, Darby Allin to his feet, but Cesaro doing a good job controlling the wrist.
Yeah, everything that Cesaro does is with expertise. You can see it. It certainly goes for Japan's greatest expert ever in Kazuchika Okada, who lived up to his legendary legacy in his home country, holding almost all of his AEW tenure. Wow. Really, look.
Three consecutive shots.
That, winning his teeth in that.
Down. Darby now just toying with the former AEW World Champion.
Flippant, inconsequential winning attempt from Okada. The former international champion had to know, no way he was defeating former world champion like that.
Of course, it moves with the TNT champion, the Jet, Kevin Knight, as he tags in. His animosity toward Darby Allin, saying that Darby let everyone down when he lost the AEW World Championship to MJF earlier this year. And that was the reason for Kevin Knight's betrayal.
Mocking Lionheart with that painful attempt.
Welcome back to Mexico City and AEW's Grand Slam Mexico, part of this 2.5-hour broadcast live here on TBS and HBO Max. A trios battle going on in the Don Callis family. Kevin Knight, Cesaro, and Kazuchika Okada taking on the unlikely trio of Corazon de Leon, Chris Jericho, Mystico, and Darby Allin.
Well, it's not. Here it comes. Right up the rest follow trail. Listen to the fans. Mystico got ahead of himself, rolled off the crossbody block right into the waiting arms of Okada and Cesaro.
Kevin Knight look for the trip. Mystico lands on his feet. Takes down the TNT champion, ducks underneath. Cesaro, Okada meeting in the lines. Mystico on the move. There he comes, shot. He's incredible. One down with Hurricanrana. That's Mystico. The Escalera. Gave Knight a moment to think about it. Takes down the TNT champion, Okada. Immediately trying to seize on Mystico, but the switch and reversal, both men. Desperate for positioning, Jericho there, waiting for Okada, and connects.
Just think about the megastars internationally that we have in the ring here. It's unbelievable.
Barley is full. Kevin Knight able to escape.
all in there together.
Made Darby Allin legal for his side.
Look at Darby.
Interesting choice there on Darby Allin having absorbed more punishment, but far more eager to get in the ring and get some payback against Kevin Knight.
Yeah, this is personal for Darby Allin, understandably so.
The better of that exchange, but Darby slips under the knee. He steps through.
True, guys.
Scorpion Deathlock. Center of the ring, Kevin Knight. Finding himself in some deep water here. Jericho. Over the lines, hammer. But Okada desperately clinging on to that bottom rope. That's Cesaro. Bailing out his Demecal family member, Okada. Mystico. Didn't catch all of it, got enough. That's Cesaro into the ropes. Mystico. The move. The cross body. That's Cesaro.
Too strong.
Yeah, you're right.
That's Mystico up, but Mystico.
Yeah, too elusive.
Well, that very suddenly divided Arena Mexico.
Horizon De Leon, Chris Jericho. To the top, Darby Allin. Look, Jericho takes down Okada.
What do you want, Jericho?
Mystico. Oh, the post! And financial necessary on the floor.
What an unbelievable match, and it's still going on.
Back in the ring, Darby Allin as the Jet gets the Knight down.
A perfect position for this.
Jet's up.
Oh, drop. Interrupted by the TNT champion.
Well, I tell you, for all his bravado,
Looks like Darby getting hammered down in the corner. He could be. His legs are snagged on the top rope. We've seen how devastating this coast-to-coast dropkick from Kevin Knight can be.
that's what he's going to do. You are right. Here it comes. Darby cannot get out of the way.
Kevin Knight to the top. Darby still inverted in the corner. O'Connor over the dropkick. Jericho. Looking for the walls. Looking for the walls. They're looking for something. He finds it. And now Mystico. Mystico.
On the center now, heavyweight champion,
And Darby.
Kevin Knight is winning.
Jericho and Darby Allin.
A measurable finish for Darby Allin. But Nigel, something tells me he will not be satiated with just that.
It would surprise me with a victory, a pinfall over the TNT champion, whether the decision makers in AEW grant him another TNT title opportunity relatively soon. Things are really heating up here in Arena Mexico, Tony.
Sensational win. All smiles for Jericho. Darby Allin, as always. You see blood coming from the mouth. The serious and gigantic win for Darby Allin for the pin. And what a match with legends everywhere. And I tell you, Kevin Knight lost this one. But what a hell of an athlete he is. My God.
A great victory for Mystico. Horizon De Leon and Darby Allin with fans right now. Let's take you back to the beginning of July, the first ever Survival of the Fittest match in AEW for the then vacant TBS Championship. It was Persephone, that cracked Statlander, with the TBS Championship title, opening the door to Hikaru Shida to claim the championship. But then last Wednesday night at Dynamite, Hikaru Shida, she challenged Maya World for the TBS, Persephone challenged Maya World for the TBS Championship. It was Hikaru Shida that passed the kendo stick, but ultimately Chris Statlander made her return, disarm Persephone, and allowed Maya World to make the first successful defense of her TBS Championship reign. So a lot of animosity between Statlander and Persephone going into this one-on-one battle.
This next match is set for one fall. Approaching the ring from the wall of New York. Chris Statlander.
Chris Statlander striding to the ring here in the ring of Mexico.
And fans, you are watching All Elite Wrestling on TBS, brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Round out your protection with life, bone, and pet health insurance. Visit progressive.com for more.
How about this night, gentlemen? It's an unforgettable night. No, lot to go.
We still got a lot to go in this 2.5-hour broadcast.
And we're opponent from El Paso, Texas. She is the CML World Women's Champion, Stephanie.
Presenting one of the most feared competitors in the women's division of CMLL. Came within a heartbeat, half a heartbeat, of claiming the TBS championship back at Survival of the Fittest, but it was Chris Statlander that eliminated Persephone from that match, and something that Persephone's been seething over. Was seething about for well over a month. You see, Mexican national champion Thunder Rosa cheering on her friend Chris Statlander in this one-on-one clash with Persephone.
Former world champion, proud knowing that she's here cheering on Thunder Rosa. Persephone is in a 154-day reign here, so the fans know her very, very well. This should be a great matchup.
Of course, the CML Women's title not on the line in this matchup.
Right.
This is all about payback, but it's only one more thing. If Big Stat Daddy is able to secure a pinfall or submission over the champion, it will not be long before she gets a title opportunity.
Nigel, it's not often that we see someone equal the size and strength of Chris Statlander, but Persephone certainly seems gifted in that department.
Persephone is so confident, almost to the borderline of arrogance, but she really believes in herself.
Crowd making no secret of who they favour in this matchup.
Statlander trying to look Persephone for Tijeras instead of handstand.
Oh, wow. That's some agility.
Persephone back bridge to her feet. Kick intercepted by Statlander. Arm drag attempted, but the power equal on both sides. Elbow strike. Persephone wrestling her 5th match in 7 days. She competed last week in Detroit, went to Mexico City, back to New York City, then back to Mexico City to face Chris Statlander, which is a punishing schedule for Persephone.
Yep, certainly breakneck speed. A sarcastic female women's champion. And the former AEW women's champion, Chris Statlander, as we detail. Both have an axe to grind in this match.
Statlander. Big risk, but big reward for her on the outside, taking down Persephone on the floor.
The fact that Persephone is not only the CMLL Women's World Champion like we talked about in the midst of a big reign, but let's not forget she defeated Mercedes Moné to win that belt. So it says a lot of that. What?
Persephone. The drop kick from Statlander to the floor.
Where all that force on the base of the spine. My God.
Persephone building up momentum. A full head of steam. What's Statlander on the outside? We're getting the face of Thunder Rosa, the Mexican national champion. Thunder Rosa won a few nights ago here in Arena, Mexico.
I should tell Thunder Rosa, watch this.
Persephone needs to be careful, though. Chris Statlander, very potent opposition. As Persephone keeps the assault on Chris Statlander.
And the chant of Thunder Rosa going here.
Statlander in the grip of Persephone, trying to get up to a vertical position. Fans, this match continues on Granflam, Mexico. We're going to step away from the action for 1 minute and 59 seconds. You heard that right. Don't go anywhere.
Commanding hold from the CMLR Women's Champion, trying to sap the energy from Chris Statlander. This might certainly do that.
Drop kick connects. Persephone. Deep cover. Statlander forces power her way out of that.
Really can change the direction of a match. Whoever the people in attendance are behind. We talked about it earlier, Tony. That feeling coming in here. Down to the rafters. It's got to be a good 12,000, something like that, I would say, at least. And every one of them cheering for you. It gets in your veins, pumps that adrenaline through your blood, makes you feel alive.
And the fans here, as we've been able to tell just by the sound, they love every second of what AEW brings here to Arena Mexico.
Persephone. Overhand strike. On the cover. Far leg hook. Shoot. Statlander able to kick out. Now I talked about Persephone's punishing week, 5 matches in 7 days' time. But her big advantage in this is that she is acclimated to competing at altitude, to the high altitude here in Mexico City. Statlander, no such opportunity for her.
Yeah, certainly a factor. I saw Statlander in the gym this morning, just doing some light cardio. There's a cover. No way we're going to get through there tonight. That was what I was saying. Statlander doing some light cardio, just trying to acclimatise herself to the much thinner air, much less oxygen concentration.
Knee strikes between the shoulder blades. Punching the arms of Chris Statlander. Welcome back to AEW's Grand Slam Mexico, live from the Cathedral of Lucha Libre Arena, Mexico. Tony Schiavone, Nigel McGinnis, myself, Excalibur, on the call for this 2.5-hour broadcast. Persephone and Chris Statlander. Power versus power. But now Persephone takes to the skies, an unforced error, perhaps.
Was she taking enough energy from Statlander? But no, big Stat Daddy ready to really.
Whoa! That was raw power, what that was. And of course, leverage as well.
Statlander trying to urge herself onward. Striking the corner. Kick to the side of the head. Statlander regains the advantage, and now inside. Oh, drives. Damn, Persephone on two. No.
Yeah, Persephone just able to raise that left shoulder up and push Statlander out of the way.
In doing so, the CMLR Women's Champion grabbing at her left shoulder. Very awkward, ignominious landing for the champion, Statlander. Looking to do it again, perhaps.
Statlander, we're looking for Wednesday Night Fever. Persephone has no intention of finding out. Persephone and turn the tables on Statlander. Wait a second. Statlander, nice counter. Hooks the arms of Persephone. Turns the corner, has her in the seatbelt. No, didn't hook the leg, and that allowed Persephone to escape.
That's a good call because I thought that was done.
Persephone threw everything she had left into that one, Nigel.
And left the former AEW Women's Champion flat on the mat. But Persephone has absorbed a lot of punishment as well, so unable to follow up quick enough to get a pinfall attempt.
Persephone, hook-handed strike into the face of Statlander. Statlander, quick combination, left and rights. Persephone ducks under that one, thrust kick. Back Statlander up to the ropes. Knuckle drop total by Statlander.
Great defensive move.
Statlander on the move, slash across the shoulders. Statlander moving with a sense of urgency here. She ascends to the top.
Statlander, not normally known for her agility, was a 450 splash. She's hit it before. Oh, God. Ooh.
She hit her knees hard that time.
I think she realized that Persephone was moving out of the way. Statlander tried to adjust in midair, but couldn't. And Persephone ain't no chance. What's Statlander able to kick out?
Wow, that was frightening to watch that.
Statlander tried to adapt, missed flight. In doing so, her left foot slipped on the top rope, but thankfully for everyone, in fact, Statlander landing on her hip. Wait a second, look at this.
Ponderosa and Persephone. Need to be careful here.
So see another world champion and the Mexican national champion going in.
Simply just battered Thunder Rosa with that Mexican National Championship title belt.
Right in front of the official, but of course, Thunder Rosa's not in this match, but still.
Referee Brandon Martinez down on the floor with Chris Statlander. Suplex.
This women's match is
Statlander had an
wild.
opportunity to put this match away, but Brandon Martinez, the referee, still on the floor.
Yeah, he is face down. She can put it away, but there's nobody to count, I can tell you that.
Statlander's got to realize she saw the referee go down as well.
Oh, wait, Persephone.
One. No, 1,
Statlander.
2,
3.
Wait, who's this? That's a Hikaru Shida.
Shida.
The former TBS champion, Hikaru Shida.
Well, she got the Mexican national belt.
And Shida and Persephone once again working in tandem. And now a frog splash. 2, 3.
Still no official. There he comes.
Brandon Martinez finally to his feet. 1, 2, 3.
treats and bits.
Well, Persephone at the survival of the fittest match, giving huge favor to Hikaru Shida. Shida attempted to repay that favor last week when Persephone challenged Maya World, but made good on it tonight, taking out Chris Statlander with the Mexican Championship.
In doing so, Persephone continues to make enemies, not just in AEW, but in CMLL as well. At some point, that's going to come back to bite you.
She's not content. She's at CMLL World Women's Championship. She wants Thunder Rosa's Mexican National Championship as well.
Yeah, a message right to the champ, no doubt.
If there's any doubt, Thunder Rosa is going to be more than willing to put that title on the line.
My World, Ion, out with the damage already done by Hikaru Shida.
Yeah, there's your TBS champ, Maya World.
But Persephone, victorious.
And she's saying this is my arena. My arena.
She's got a point.
Big victory tonight for Persephone on Grand Slam Mexico. Fans, we thank you for joining us tonight for this tremendous 2.5-hour broadcast. We still have a lot more to come tonight, including our main event, the Mexico City Street Fight between Dougzilla Mark Davis and the man who will challenge Kenny Omega at Wembley Stadium 25 days from now. Will Ospreay, let's take you back.
The Don Callis family at home, and you and I step into the ring next week at Grand Slam Mexico.
Ospreay, after his victory over Daniel Garcia last week at Collision, attacked by Dougzilla Mark Davis, but Davis, the devastating pile driver, attempting to take out Ospreay before tonight's main event.
Grand Slam Mexico, how about we make this a Mexico City Street Fight?
That is our main event tonight, but before we get to that, a massive AEW World Trios Championship bout. The Demand won the title just 7 days ago, looking to make their second defense of those titles, but they will have formidable opposition in Brody King, Tito, and Hangman Page.
This next second ball is for oh, turn on. It's the same challenges. Hey, moving.
Your meters by for the challengers. They come to the ring. We're kicking Malito. One of the most popular mini wrestlers as they're called here in CMLL.
Last week, that they call themselves the good, the bad, and the ugly. Well, it's not Clint Eastwood and Eli Wallach. Lee Van Cleef.
Tony, I'm more concerned. Which one's Chevy Chase, which one's Mark Short, which one's Steve Martin?
You and me. Oh, what a great night. And there it goes. And political body yesterday, 180 pounds. They are the new AEW Trios Champions. Bishop Paul, Troy Leona, and Ricochet, the two men.
With just 1 week ago in Detroit, the man defeating the conglomeration with the help of the legal twist, but already one successful defense of the Trios Championship to their credit, Nigel.
They're taking out the Rascals. What a fearsome and physical trio we are seeing here. The demand, led, if you will, by the light-skinned kingpin, Ricochet. So Ricochet in the gym last night. Again, trying to acclimatise to the thin air here. There was actually an old man who was in there as well. And when he saw Ricochet, his head spun on a swivel. I saw him at breakfast this morning. He shaved all of his head off and drawn on his arm with, what do you call that pen? Sharpie. True story. What an inspiration.
Well, Ricochet changing lives around the world, according to Nigel McGuinness.
It's going to be the first match in 144 days for Hangman Adam Page, since losing the world title to MJF at Revolution in March.
In doing so, giving up any opportunity to challenge their time.
Oh, better get to the Trios champ in the chat.
But the demand of their way.
The man attacking the challengers. Brody King sending Ricochet out to the floor. Meanwhile, inside the ring, Bishop Khan receiving totally on him with Hangman Adam Page.
See there, to the left of your screen, Ricochet, very airy about decision, trying to take out the leg of Brody King. Back inside.
Oh, hip toss attempted by Toa Leona. Hangman attempted to counter with an arm drag. Toa too stout, but now it's with Hangman Adam Page.
That was a year ago in Arena, Mexico, that Hangman Adam Page endeared himself to everybody here, talking in Spanish about his upbringing on the farm and how important it was to him.
And working alongside Mexican immigrants and how much that taught him about the keys to success, the keys that have made him former AEW World Champion. And now Brody King into the fray.
And Brody's fighting off two very powerful, incredibly athletic men.
Extending two-thirds of the Trios champions, but now Ricochet charges in and it's sent out to the floor. Yeah, that big bad Brody King.
He just joined him, Excalibur. Listen to that innovation.
Using the bottom rope to pin the demand.
It's the first time I've ever seen that, gentlemen. Ever.
Who would have thought Brody King would be the one to do it?
Yeah.
Look at this. Steady yourself.
Stay ready.
Takes down the champions on the floor.
Bandito, Brody King, and Hangman Adam Page. You're going to need to see. Wait a second. The Macarena. Oh, this is ridiculous.
Yeah,
They're going to pay for it.
Maybe the undoing of the challengers may cost them the AEW World Trios Championship.
What were they thinking against the team?
I think Nigel just getting caught up in the moment.
Of course.
In Mexico.
Of course, it was Bandito that called for it. But now, the demand is taking charge.
The sold-out crowd decidedly supporting the challengers as Bandito reaches Bishop Khan with that rising boot, but Khan ready for a counterattack.
What a phenomenal athlete. You just look at it. I mean, top to bottom, muscles, oh.
Backbreaker on the turnbuckles, fans. We're stepping away from the action for 1 minute and 59 seconds as this trio championship bout continues.
What a handsome man. And the excellence of elevation. Another great moniker when Ricochet goes by.
Ricochet. Turning Bandito to the ring. Bandito, another man who began his career outside of the CMLL system. Never thought it'd be possible for him to compete inside Arena Mexico, inside these hallowed halls. But Bandito, much like Commander, proved himself to be undeniable. Oh, he came. Charging.
Came Alito, brought in the ring. The man assaulting him. Completely uncalled for.
Bandito covered him up.
And Brody King trying to help King Malito. Oh, Brody. Not going to translate exactly what they're saying.
That means ketchup.
What is not?
He's dressed in red.
I've traveled with enough baseball teams to know what that means.
Sticking his nose in the demands business. It's a quote. A demand, when you're in demand, you can make demands. If you don't put demands, you get put down. And that's what happened to Caramelito. Close enough, who cares?
That man has a family, Nigel.
I doubt it.
Welcome back to an raucous crowd here in a sold-out Arena Mexico. The AEW World Trios Championship on the line. Brody King, Hangman Adam Page, Bandito trying to dethrone the demand 1 week after Bishop Khan, Toliana, and Ricochet won the top. Oh, Bishop Khan, great counter to Bandito charging in.
I think Bandito was kind of fortunate there was a rampway there. And he'd fallen straight to the floor. It would have been much worse. Well, that's pretty bad as well.
The strength of the Cameroonian prince, Bishop Khan, tagging him back, just tagging in Ricochet here.
Bandito's just getting battered by the champions. Handful of hair dragging Bandito over to the man's corner.
That's not his real hair. Apparently he's pulled underneath that mask.
No.
It's a wig. That's what Ricochet told me.
Ricochet came flying in. Bandito ready for it with a pair of boots.
Bandito not only a great athlete, it's a tremendous sense of timing in the ring. Look at this. He waited on it.
Right into the midsection of the light-skinned kingpin. Tag me!
Hangman Adam Page's turn to go to work. Ducks underneath Ricochet.
There you go. Clear out the corner.
Takes down Toa, takes down Khan, and now eyes in the back of his head. Saw Toliana creeping up. There goes Shay. Something a crossbody. Hangman ready for him. Fall away slam. Hangman up to his feet.
144 days, high altitude. It does not matter to Hangman Adam Page. He is ready for this one.
Moving release. Cowboy has his spurs.
Boy, just listen to these crowd just stomping and cheering, and
Jay Melito back on his feet after the assault by the Demand.
he's still sagging around to the left over there. Meanwhile,
Well, Ricochet, big for a hook on Rana. Hangman caught him. Ricochet counters. Hangman lands on his feet, but a boot to the midsection greets him as.
there you go.
Toe in there, just barely in time.
Yeah, it looks like he was rolling to get there barely.
Well, keeps breaking down. Humdino trying to get back on offense, but the demands have made their demands.
Oh, there you go again.
Bandito and Brody hard into the barricade and only trip a second time into the unforgiving steel.
They just bounce off of it.
Hangman up to the apron.
He's going for it, man.
Wants to deliver a buckshot, but totally on it. Tries to counter Anthony's Bishop Khan. Trying to contain Hangman Adam Page. Oh, with a knee strike.
Big mistake. Hangman looked to his right to the crowd.
Hangman Adam Page. Down, and the Demand. And
Whoa.
the champions take flight and take down all the opposition.
How about Ricochet going over the top and landing right on top of Hangman?
And the man stuck in the air out of the audience here in the Arena Mexico. We'll have to admit that was impressive.
Now Ricochet. Throw it in the corner. Bubble strike for Hangman Adam Page. Spawn. Splash. And
Oh, charge. Oh, the burst of speed. Hangman's in trouble, gentlemen.
knee strike headbutt. And now Khan deposits Hangman. Ricochet, shooting star Prince.
Two.
Hangman able to kick out.
There's no one in Hangman Adam Page's corner except for Ketchup Lito.
Okay, Molito.
Bless you.
First, Hangman Adam Page is not his first rodeo as far as the Trios Championships are concerned. From former Trios Champion alongside Kevin Knight and Speedball Mike Bailey. How long ago that feels now.
Yeah, and it wasn't really, but you're right.
The man. Oh, wait. Ricochet. Got caught by Brody King. Hangman Adam Page trying to fight off Khan and Leona. Ducks underneath Bishop Khan. Standing switch. Hangman backs Khan up to the corner. Choa charges in. Finds his own partner. And Brody sandwiches them both.
When you need a big man, incoming.
Cannonball in that corner. Ricochet up, takes down. Big bad Brody King.
Great timing by Ricochet to get that blow in.
Oh, she falls up the chest of Hangman. Quick succession. No, Discus Larry connects.
Got Ricochet under the jaw. And Page now, got to get over there and make that tag. Who's he going to tag on? It's Bandito, the Ring of Honor World Champion.
Bandito.
500 days as champion.
There it is.
Tag man. Ricochet landed on his feet. I'm not sure if Bandito realizes Ricochet's not the legal man. So Leona legal for the champions. Just bounced Brody King's head off the steel ring post. And meanwhile, Bandito up to the top. Interrupted there by Bishop Khan.
I believe Joe Leona is the legal
Yes. And he's going to look at him to the right, so they're climbing the ring finally. Ooh.
Khan rough landing on the floor, but so Leona there sandwiches Hangman Adam Page against himself, against Leona and the corner.
Oh. Where nobody strikes like that long reach of Brody King.
Ricochet caught Brody charging in, and Leona waiting for him.
Oh boy. The look on Tony on his face. If he does this,
No, there's no way possible.
3 grown men, that's going to be every bit of 600 pounds.
You believe it, Toledo?
If not more. Come on.
1, 2. Whoa, Bandito. Very narrow escape.
I know the idea is to win the match, but after what we just saw, that's kind of
So with referee Bryce Remsburg about the speed of the count, but the demand.
Bandito's hurting.
They're going to press this 3-round advantage.
Maybe not.
Over Bandito, Ricochet sent to the floor. As was Bishop Khan, Toledo charges head. Oh, head bouncing off the steel ring post.
Great defensive move, just slumping down.
Devastating lariat by Brody King, and he's not done, Brody. On the no, stop. See Brody King.
Back inside. Does the Ring of Honor World Champion have the strength? He's got his opponent in the right position.
21.
Yeah. 21 grip is what it is.
Oh, man. Kick to the side of Bandito with a deadlift. No, Toledo attacking the grip of Bandito.
Oh, wait a second.
Hangman. What a week it was for the man, but what a night for the new AEW World Trio Champions, Brody King, Bandito, and Hangman Page.
Well, huge upset for Hundino.
Let's take a look at the move of the night presented by DC Studios Lanterns, premiering August 16th on HBO Max.
Right, 2 moves. 2 hits are better than 1. 2 moves. Certainly. Drop shot right there. It's a 21 bucks, and it's 3 is the magic number. Adam Page, where it's going in for the former tag team champions, Brody. What a night. What a moment. Look at this. Catch up, Leo. Very good reaction.
Did not wait long, jumping back in the saddle, and fans, we still have our main event to come tonight. A Mexico City street fight. Will Ospreay, Dougzilla, Mark Davis. Next, live from Mexico City, Mexico.
At only 159, we got that big match. This place is going to explode.
Right, guys. I will be right back.
Matt Seidel, another first-round match from Colorado Springs, and this one is gonna be a doozy. Jim Doyle, Eddie Kingston, first-round match in the Continental Cup, which culminates at Wembley Stadium 25 days from now, but it is main event time in Mexico City.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this next bout, there will be no countouts, no disqualifications, anything goes in your main event tonight in Mexico City.
Elevated.
Introducing the participant first from Essex, England, weighing 225 pounds, the aerial assassin.
Win. Great.
25 days from now, we could witness the coronation of the first British man to claim the AEW World Championship on English soil when Will Ospreay challenges Kenny Omega for the AEW Men's World Heavyweight Championship.
So throughout the years here in AEW, we have seen great wrestlers come through, but no one like Will Ospreay. We thought he would
To celebrate the neck injury. Chocolate mix in the hands of John Moxley. The aerial assassin made his return. But for a while, many of us thought it might be short-lived because his opponents are up. Moved back on the shelf for a short period of time. Ospreay wants to get some payback for that. And he's so close to winning he can taste it. A dangerous detour tonight. Facing his former United Empire stablemate who has now crossed to the dark side of the Don Callis family.
And his opponent proudly representing the Don Callis family from Brisbane, Australia, weighing 264 pounds, Godzilla Mark Davis.
Godzilla Mark Davis coming out chair, steel chair in hand, sands Don Callis. Both Ospreay and Davis agreed that they would battle it out with everyone banned from ringside in this Mexico City street fighting war. Oh, Davis.
Here we go.
Lost that chair. Very nearly ahead to Ospreay, but now Davis gets the eyes of Ospreay and knocks the new contender back into the ring.
Look at the last man to defeat Will Ospreay in AEW. You'll recall the match was stopped. Ospreay could not continue. You can better believe. Oh, the big guys are the one who much the same here tonight.
And it was after that match that Will Ospreay was carried out by the Death Riders. 6 weeks later, Ospreay and Davis would meet again. This time, it was in the semifinals of the 2026 Owen Hart Foundation Men's Tournament. Ospreay prevailed that night, defeated Swerve Strickland in the finals, and punched his ticket to Wembley Stadium to challenge for the AEW Men's World Championship 25 nights now.
It's one of the most incredible moments I've ever seen. That Forbidden Door when Ospreay
There's eyes on there.
12-point punching his ticket. Now, for every child who's ever had a dream or has ever been looked down on or made fun of, this is for you. But he's got to get by Dunkzilla to make it to Wembley.
Ospreay elevates and lands on Davis, but Davis crucially kept his foot on the base, Tony.
Yeah, he sure did, and it's hard to get a man like Dunkzilla off his feet. Let's see what happens outside here, because, again, it's a street fight, and a lot of times during a street fight, you will see them dig into the ring or look for objects.
Well, Ospreay enjoying the support from Arena Mexico. And now he's going to retire.
Well, that's unique.
What?
Yes.
This is just going to roll it.
Jeez. Davis, though, ready for Ospreay. Straight.
Whoa.
Slam off the tire.
That knocked Ospreay flat.
Steel gloves and radio take time. And that fight. It's Ospreay.
No laughing matter. Oh, Ospreay
Versus Davis into the barricade.
Well, watch out. You know, you talked about these two men, of course, teammates, but that's one of my favorite rivalries of all of them because of the difference in styles and how great these guys have been able to perform. They never disappoint.
Head start and the barricade.
Ospreay, cat-like agility. It's a cliche, but early on in his career, working on the gymnastic effects here. Look how perfectly he lands. And that's going to save his body a lot of damage.
Ospreay. His own steel chair into play. Whoa! Davis kicks out with these.
Yeah, he's too strong to keep down this early in the match. And they've been chanting Ospreay for a long, long time here tonight.
Oops. Davis grabs the chair. And frame the chair to the midsection of Ospreay. And
it is so dangerous for Will Ospreay, who's had that neck injury that we've talked about so much over the weeks, to go into a match where they can use devices like this.
Davis, while swing. Ospreay, though, corkscrew kick. Takes down Dunkzilla.
Davis was aiming for the head of Ospreay, but instead, it was the #1 contender to the world title. Connected with the head of this big bear of an Australian.
Ospreay. Now out to the apron. Davis in his sights. Whoa, attempted.
Too strong.
Oh no! Davis a pop on the apron.
Man, you know what? Ospreay landed on his shoulder, I think, based on the neck problems he has. That was probably the best landing for him.
There's no good landing.
No, there's not.
Dunkzilla slams you into the apron.
Davis.
Okay, we'll get a trash can.
Trash can, but instead, no answer to the trash can instead. Multiple chairs into the ring, and now there's a trash can.
Yeah, but what is in that can?
It's not catch up to Tino.
Oh, good God! He's flung the trash can and caught Ospreay in the head.
We knew this was going to get down and dirty. Oh, wait a second. Whoa!
Oh, no. Ospreay onto a fan at ringside. What the hell did we just see?
Oh, what a memory that fan would have if he can remember anything.
It's never happened before. And we are taking our final break of the evening. 1 minute and 59 seconds. Continues in Mexico City.
I'm stunned. Absolutely stunned.
Not as stunned as that guy.
No.
That's Ospreay.
Not to the head. Ain't going to help your neck there at all.
Ospreay trying to escape. Davis, but Davis just putting a stop sign on the head of the aerial assassin.
Yeah, he is. Davis is relentless.
Back to the shot that we saw a week ago. On the damage to surgically repaired neck of Ospreay.
And he showed that set up the pile driver on the floor. Last weekend collision by Davis.
And that broke the hold, but it couldn't feel that good on the neck of
Davis is sending the steps here in Mexico.
20 mistakes.
Whoa, 25 days away from maybe could be as big as Paul and Ebony. Possibly doing something like this.
Davis, he dropped that towel when he got his way to the ring. We're now wrapping it around the neck of Ospreay. Oh, this is very dangerous for Ospreay. There's nothing stopping Davis from turning the life out of Will Ospreay. He wants to inflict more punishment
And so I just don't want to see someone get thrown down those steps. I mean, and then look at this. Look how high up they are.
The childhood dream for anyone in England to perform at Wembley Stadium. And no one, except perhaps Mark Davis, would want to see that taken away from Will Ospreay.
Drop the top of the steps. Walter trying to get the action back in the ring, but we knew we'd be in store for something wild in Mexico City street fight. The aerial assassin, Will Ospreay, Godzilla, Mark Davis, battling out our main event, a Mexico City street fight. Davis and Ospreay.
Ow.
Mark Davis just cried out. Oh my God. Oh my God. Cracked that board over the head of Ospreay. Ospreay goes tumbling down the steps here in the ring of Mexico.
Oh. It's a particle board or something like that, and exploded on impact.
That's only part of the story, just tumbling down those steps.
And now Davis poised to return Ospreay back to the ring. Oh.
So stop being manhandled. Give me my fucking chair back. Give me my fucking chair back.
Bob's up to the language of Godzilla, Mark Davis. You understand why the emotions are at a fever pitch in this one, Nigel.
Yeah, Davis feels like he's got something to prove to himself or Don Callis family.
And Davis filling the ring with chairs, and now I think there's a barbed wire rack chair there as well. It's Davis. Gut wrench. No, Ospreay escapes. Oh.
What precision with that kick.
And Davis clearly stunned by that one. Ospreay trying to lift up his former friend.
Just couldn't get it done. Not yet.
There it is.
Oh my God.
Davis wedged that chair in between the ropes in the early moments of this match. And that just paid dividends for Godzilla.
I think Will Ospreay may be out.
You can watch here the impact. Rattle through the chair.
I think Ospreay's head hitting the chair. Oh, Ospreay busted open by
Oh.
The jaw shot, yeah. High impact. The head, the breach of the temple there, perhaps. Hairline.
all in London. Kenny Omega, the AEW World Championship. 25 days away from Will Ospreay. That's if he makes it to London.
Ospreay has already felt the taste of the one-winged angel recently with the damage to the neck.
The blood flowing freely from the number one contender for the AEW Men's World Championship.
Zilla is known for a devastating pendulum palm
It's not for Davis on a fork from out of nowhere, but putting it directly to the flesh of Will Ospreay.
Okay, now.
Oh, God. Puncturing Ospreay with the foot repeatedly. Repeated blows.
Oh dear.
Remember, we mentioned this before, the last time they had to stop the match. They may have to again tonight.
Ospreay, though, the drop toe hold. Davis, his head bouncing off the chair. Ospreay launches off the chair. How does he do that? Ospreay makes the cover. And Davis able to free himself.
How does Will Ospreay come back from all that to almost win the match?
Oh, wait a second.
Ospreay. Turn about.
Ow!
God. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. It's
Breaking every
Ow!
of Mark Davis was Will Ospreay.
That's a vision, isn't it? We won't soon forget.
And Nigel,
What,
is
Will?
this the killer instinct that John Moxley and the Death Riders were trying to impart on Will Ospreay?
And it looks like he was looking for the hidden line, but instead, the clothesline from Godzilla.
Remember Ospreay tendered his resignation to the Death Riders. John Moxley made it seem like it wouldn't be so easy. There would be a price to pay for Will Ospreay. There's a price to pay for Ospreay at the hands of
Ow.
Oh my goodness!
It's over. It is done.
1, 2.
Not only did he Ospreay kick out, he lunges forward. Say no.
And you could see the bloody imprint of Will Ospreay's head from where he got spiked by Davis.
Watch the impact here and imagine the surgical effect of Ospreay.
And Davis, yeah, that was barbed wire wrapped around that chair. Davis now pulling the barbed wire off. And things could be going from bad to worse for the aerial assassin.
Oh boy.
Maybe time to put Lolita to bed.
Ow.
Davis building him up that time.
Ow.
You can see the right of the screen. Ospreay was getting to his feet on that.
The fastball winged the chair at the head of Dumpzilla. Now Davis and Ospreay first on the ring apron double underhook by Ospreay.
Tiger driver.
Well, the Stormbreaker, but Davis, no intention of finding out. Oh, massive headbutt by Davis.
Caught Will Ospreay right under the chin.
Oh, look, here he comes.
Ospreay desperately kicking his feet.
Ow.
But no, Davis reaches into the ring, the ball wire raking. That's a flush.
Ow.
And blood immediately flowing from the gut.
And he gets him in the body.
Lays up there, a 2-on-1 for Will Ospreay. Or 1-on-2, I should say.
Or 3.
The roundhouse kick and Ospreay.
Oh, no. Oh!
It's payback on the driver's champion. It was the pole driver that had the match stopped last time when Ospreay lost. And Ospreay gets it back now.
Official there, both men with the crimson badge of courage. It was Ospreay that drew second blood, if you will. And Fisher's pile driver, and now the official counting up to 6, I think.
7, can Davis beat the count? 8 now from referee Paul Turner.
9.
It's 9.
You do it. Oh, Davis, at the last possible moment, springs back to life.
1, 2.
Somehow, it's still left in the tank.
Ospreay is fired up. He can taste victory. He can smell Wembley Stadium and the AEW World Title.
The uppercut avoided by Davis. Rolls through Davis, though. Oh, Ospreay on trying to take it.
1, 2.
Davis, Victory Roundhouse. Dumpzilla.
Can't do it. Oh, Lordy.
Ready.
These two men are just pushing each other to the absolute limit.
Ospreay struggling up to his feet. Davis once again wrapping that right arm in the barbed wire.
Endure punishment himself. The bomb into the flesh. He propels Ospreay off. No!
Ospreay's amazing. Look at that. Look at that.
Switches positions. Steps over.
He knows it.
Ospreay.
Oh.
Ospreay.
Oh,
Elbow strikes.
this is the ruthlessness we saw he learned from the Death Riders.
Oh no, Osprey wrapping the barbed wire around the neck of Gangzilla Mark Davis.
Osprey with no compunction.
1, 2, 3. There we go.
This will be sexy. Osprey.
And this
Almost everything Will Osprey had, but he is now portal Mark Davis and can set his sights, fix his sights on Wembley Stadium Sunday, August 30th, 25 days from now, where he will challenge Kenny Omega for the richest prize in our sport, the AEW World Championship.
What a grand night! What a hell of a match to end it all!
An incredible victory by Will Ospreay. Hard earned over his former friend, now turned bitter rival, Mark Davis. And fans, we have had a tremendous night of action here in Mexico City. Under Collision. Collision returns live and regularly scheduled 9 tonight this Saturday, 8/7 Central on TNT and HBO Max, and the Continental Cup kicks off. Ace Austin, Claudio Castagnoli, first round match. Orange Cassidy will face Matt Sydal out in this 16-man single elimination tournament, as will Jack and Eddie Kingston, looking to move on to the second round. We thank you for joining us tonight for Granflam, Mexico. And we will see you this Saturday night in Colorado Springs for Collision.
guys, thank you for tuning in, and we will see you again soon. Well, we will see you next Wednesday for Dynamite. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, good night, God bless, thank you for tuning in, and we will see you again soon with more wrestling content.